Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Red Zone podcast. My name is Riley Davis, and with me, as always, my wonderful, amazing, spectacular co-host, Nate Cohen. How's it going, man?
Oh, pretty cold.
Pretty cold.
It
I
snowed in
would say
Bloomington
it's
this
cold,
weekend.
but then, okay, yeah. My brother was just in Indiana, and they had some snow too.
Yeah, we got snow this week. It all melted like immediately, but
No,
we got snow, and I had to go play my little sport outside, and that was pretty
unnamed
cold.
sport. I was gonna say it's cold here, but it's South Carolina, and I've been in the South my whole life, so it's 38 degrees, and we're like, I'm
Today was
cold.
today was 41, felt like 22. Yeah,
Oh, well, that's not
yeah.
that bad. You're only like
It's
seven
not
degrees warmer
good.
than us. You're only 7 degrees warmer than us. It was 48 here.
Yeah, well, that feels like temperature is what it felt like the whole day. So it felt like it was 22 the entire day.
That's rough.
The Red Zone
It's
podcast
now,
learns
it's
about
now,
weather.
it's now, um, jacket over a hoodie season, and I appreciate it.
It's sports
I love a
jersey
good
over a
jacket
hoodie
over the hoodie.
season.
Sports jersey over a hoodie. I rocked that look last week when we played Ole Miss.
I think both of us are rocking that look right now.
We are. The Leafs are currently losing, actually, so
I'm not actually a Texans fan. I just really like Will Anderson,
that's
who
fair.
is on this jersey.
Texans beat the
Um,
Jags this week,
they
and it
did.
was heartbreaking. I watched that game, and I was like, oh.
The Jags are dog ass. They
They beat
are
the Chiefs.
so that they so did the Bills. That's my team, and we suck. We just lost to Miami.
Yeah, the Bills are interesting this year.
The Jags fucking suck. It's no quarterback, no wide receivers. I have Brian Thomas on my fantasy team, and that's been
You have
depressing.
BTJ on your fantasy team.
Yeah, all they
Bro,
have is a
so
running
does
back.
future guest. That's wild.
A
What a
disappointment.
sad life for y'all.
Such a disappointment. I'm actually mad at the Jags for existing because
Bro,
BTJ
and
has done nothing.
Travis Hunter
Out
is
for the
done
season.
for the season because he had knee surgery. Uh,
Oh man, it's so cooked if you're a Jags fan, but
a
not
little
a lot of
bit.
Jags fans exist. So
I'm not gonna. Hey, our guest is gonna fight you if you say anything about the Jags.
our
Our
guest
guest on
has
rivalry
such
week.
our guest has such takes as Arch Manning is going to win the Heisman. I think I'm allowed to say it. Our guest
Hey,
has not been known
hey,
for the
hey, hey.
greatest takes.
The Jags are doing better than the Gamecocks. So, you know,
I can name a lot of teams that are doing better than the Gamecocks. That's not
but
that much of a
I'm
thing.
like, at least they're like won more than 3 games this year.
You only
Won
became a Jags
five
fan like
games this year.
recently though, so it's like
Yeah, that's why I'm not diehard yet. I
I
feel
need a I
like
need a hockey team.
I'm gonna have I'm gonna have a little person whispering in my ear to be a diehard Jags fan, and then like
I
literally
might
I
I might
watch.
become a I might become a Red Wings fan.
Boo! Why Detroit?
Because my dad went to college in Michigan. My mom and dad both went to college in Michigan. Also, I think it's a classy jersey.
It's fair. Do you not
And
like
also I can
Minnesota?
double it. I can
The
double it and
Maple
use it as a
Leafs.
Halloween costume.
You could.
Because then I could be Cameron.
Fair enough. Oh my gosh, you could be Cameron.
I could.
I've thought about being Micah Ruzioni for Halloween because, for Miracle, the movie.
Never seen it.
What?
No, I've
It's one
never
of the
seen Miracle.
greatest sports movies of all time.
Miracle on Ice? Or
Yes.
just Miracle? I don't think I've seen Miracle.
Oh my God. It's beautiful. I mean, it gives me chills every time.
I mean, I'll get to
Anyways, with
watching it.
Kurt
I like
Russell
I
as
haven't
Mel
seen
Brooks.
Rudy.
Well, I haven't seen Rudy either, but I feel like
I feel
I,
like
I
I
can't
can't
be as
see Rudy now that I'm like in Indiana, like an Indiana person.
hating on Notre Dame.
I
I
do I
mean,
do hate Notre Dame.
I get chills every time in Miracle when they blend the real broadcast in with the movie and they're like it's the announcer from 1980 yelling, "Do you believe in miracles?" And it's
Have you ever seen
fire.
Have you ever seen Coach Carter?
No.
Very good. I'd
Do you
highly
know what I did
recommend it.
watch? I watched that Disney movie about the Clemson player who's trying to
Oh,
take
that
care
looked
of his
really
brother.
bad.
It wasn't the greatest. I was just
Yeah, I
like,
saw a trailer for it. I was like, I
yeah,
think I'll pass. But I don't have Disney Plus access, so even if I wanted to watch it, I can't.
yeah. I mean, and also I was like, why did I watch this? I don't like. I hate Clemson with a
Yeah, what?
passion. Speaking of Clemson, I just came back from the women's basketball game and we beat them 50, nope, 63 to 37. Um,
Be
so what
nice.
even is a
I
tie game?
IU women's basketball beat Marshall 57 to 51.
Nice. I mean, last week we won
57
by
points. We scored 57 points in a basketball game. That is should be high. That should be like punishable by like death penalty.
like for
I
being
know it's
so
women's
low.
basketball. I know. Well, yeah, I know. I know like
Okay, because I was gonna say like that's not impressive.
no, it's
Like,
not. That's what I'm saying.
okay, that's what I
That's what
was
I'm
like
mad
really
about.
about to be like. I was like, we scored like 98 last game
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm mad about. Against Marshall.
or
We scored 57 points
114.
against Marshall.
That's kind of crazy.
Anyway, um sport ooh. Have you seen Days of Thunder?
No, you seen
So
the
good.
Mighty Ducks?
I have seen the Mighty Ducks.
Classic movie.
Classic.
Classic.
Okay. Is it I'm gonna dish a take here, and
Okay.
you can tell me whether or not you agree. I think hockey makes the best sports movies, which is kind of insane because like no one
It
cares about
makes really
hockey.
good movies.
Like
It
no one
does.
cares about hockey in the States. But
Well, cause
like
like I was like,
Mighty Ducks, Miracle, there's a few others that I
we're
definitely
like
like have watched that I'm
those
like,
two.
okay, no, there's definitely movies I've
Hold
watched
on.
that I'm forgetting. But
Yeah.
like,
Sandlot, another great sports
yeah,
movie.
well, that's baseball, but
Well, no, but I just like just a good sports movie.
just talking about hockey movies is like, oh yeah, Sandlot.
I never watched
Um,
Moneyball.
oh, I started watching Moneyball on the plane in
I
October.
look up sports movies just to like jog my memory, and it's Talladega Nights.
It's not a sports movie.
Gran Turismo was good,
I did like Gran Turismo.
and Ford v Ferrari. I've never watched The
That's
Blind
like one of my
Side.
favorite movies of all time.
It's good. I never watched The Blind Side.
I haven't seen
Did
that
you
either.
watch Miracle Season? It was about volleyball. Oh my gosh, McFarland USA. Did you ever watch that?
Yes. Wait,
Yes.
volleyball? No, no. I for some reason I thought you were
No,
talking
no,
about
no.
dodgeball.
Miracle Season was
No, I have
volleyball,
not seen that. Is
but
dodgeball a
McFarland
sports movie?
USA. Yeah, the one
Okay,
with Ben
Google.
Stiller.
Google has decided that Happy Gilmore is an ice hockey movie. Well, okay, I guess technically,
Oh, he plays hockey and then just
yeah.
switches to golf. I
For a
never
sec, I
watched
just
the
thought
new Happy
Google, but
Gilmore.
that's a golf. It's bad.
It's a golf movie.
Okay, Happy Gilmore 2 is not bad, but like it's a lot of just being like, you like this actor, don't you, consumer? You like this reference, don't you, consumer? It's a lot of that. It's like
I
not
mean,
even a movie.
probably.
Like I wouldn't
Okay, I looked up
consider it like
hockey movies. The
I did
Tooth
too.
Fairy. Did you ever watch The Tooth Fairy?
I did not watch The Tooth Fairy. What the fuck is
It's
that?
when Dwayne Johnson had hair.
Oh, yes, I do. I have seen that movie.
What a
Yes.
fever dream. I forgot about that
Dude,
movie.
his early movies are hilarious. Hold on, I'm going back into the early Dwayne Johnson discography.
Was he?
Well, because
No, that was.
now he's like Oscar baiting with like the Smashing Machine and stuff like that and whatever. But like,
Yeah.
I need him to go back to doing movies
He also
like
did that other movie. What was it?
Race to
Uh,
Witch Mountain.
he was in Race to Witch Mountain.
Yes,
As who?
it's when he still had hair, or
As
the
like the old.
Scorpion King
Hold on. What was the one movie? The Game Plan, where it's like he
or
finds out he has a daughter
Rampage.
and he's like a professional football player.
He's also in all the Fast and Furious movies. Not all of them, but Fast Five onwards, he's kind of in. Do you want to hear the
Nice.
funniest story about the Fast and Furious movies and Dwayne Johnson?
Hmm.
So obviously, I don't know if you know this. Dwayne Johnson and Vin Diesel did not like each other very much because
See,
alpha
I used to
male.
confuse them when I was a child.
Well,
I was
because they're
like,
kind
two
of the
bald
same person.
men,
They're kind of the same. It's just Dwayne
two
Johnson's
bald
taller.
men in action movies.
Okay, so they didn't like each other because alpha male. So I think it's either Fast Five or Fast Six. They are acting like they are in the same scene, but they aren't recording together. Like they couldn't record together. And there's a clause in one of their contracts. I don't remember who. I think it might be Vin Diesel. There's a clause in their contract that they can't lose a fight to the other. And so that's why in Fast Five, their fight ends as a draw because because they had a clause where you couldn't lose to the other one. And
That is
I think they've smoothed
so
it out. I think they've smoothed it over now. But like when they were recording those movies, when they were making those movies in like 2012 ish, that's why some of the editing is like it's always like front facing
one-sided.
shots. Yeah. And if it's facing towards the other person, it's like the back, so you can't see the person's face. So it's assumed it's probably a stunt double.
Bro, only a man. Only men.
It's so funny.
Oh
It's one
my
of my
God.
favorite. It makes those movies so much better when you notice them because then you
Bro,
can't not notice the scenes.
that reminds me of like speaking of sports movies and actors hating each other. You ever watch Caddyshack?
I've not seen Caddyshack.
It's like Bill Murray and Chevy Chase apparently hated each other the whole
Isn't
time.
Chevy Chase like notoriously a bad person?
Oh, oh yeah, 100%.
That's
People,
like the only thing I knew before I
because
went
like
and
you
started
see in
watching
Community,
Community. Yeah,
yeah,
I've seen season one of
Pierce,
Community.
he's not acting like that's him. That's just like
Oh,
him as a person. Like they
well,
would
wait,
like give
Community.
they would give
Yeah,
Pierce
finish.
like the most unlikable stuff because they hated Chevy Chase on set, and he would like say the most like inappropriate things, and so they hated him.
Community is the fastest I've ever fallen off. I've ever like watched. It's okay. I streamed season one and half of season two of Community in like a week. Like
Yeah,
that's a lot, and that was during a school week. And I watched half. It's the point in season two that everyone always talks about is like the turning point. I got there and I stopped watching. I got through 5 minutes of that
yeah.
episode and I haven't
It's
touched
like
Community
season
since.
three or season
It's either
four.
season two or season three.
Well, it's like
There's
it's
like a
like
fall
also
off.
it's like Arrested Development, like that happened to Arrested
Well,
Development
the Arrested
too.
Development was fine before they tried to make the Netflix seasons. Like
That's what I'm saying. It's like season
none of the
four of
original
Arrested
Arrested Development
Development.
seasons are bad. But
No,
I'm
that's
saying
what I'm
like
saying. It's like season four.
Community doesn't have that excuse. Like
Yeah.
I Community just got bad out of nowhere. But I still
The
like Childish
best
Gambino.
thing, the best thing about the Netflix version of Arrested Development is because
Was there anything good?
Michael Cera, hold on, it's at the very beginning. It's because
Oh.
so much time has passed and Michael Cera has gone through puberty and so he looks
Oh
different than he
yeah.
did. And they just say like he could see like the disappointment weighing on his son. It made him look like he was aging him. And then it just cuts to like now Michael Cera from like cute little teenage Michael Cera. And that's the best
I
part
mean,
about it.
the first two seasons of Arrested Development before they get onto Netflix, we have 100% said these exact words on the podcast before because both of us are like
Probably.
massive Arrested Development fans.
Well, because it's
I
just
think
so
season
good.
I think season one and two of Arrested Development is probably two of my favorite seasons of television like ever.
Check out who's
It's
on that hog in the
so
back mirror.
it's a banana stand. It's a banana.
George
What could it
Michael.
cost? It's a banana. What could it cost? $10? It might that line might be my favorite line or I got a new
20
job.
miles to Legoland.
I got a new job. It's beads. Bees? No, beads. Beads?
Or anything that Tobias says.
Anything
Literally
that Job
anything
says.
Tobias says. Oh my God, I love
The
Job.
Blue Man
When
thing where
he
he's
was
like
like a when
he's
he
like
disguised himself as a gay magician because
or the
Ben
Blue Man
Stiller's character was a gay magician and he was getting more like publicity because of
Blue
it.
Man Group thing where he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. You wouldn't know about relationships because your wife is dead." And you can see both the actors and you can see both of them trying not
Lindsay
to
and Michael are
corpse.
like,
It's it's the stupidest line delivery. He's
"Oh,
like,
I'm
"Yeah,
sorry.
well, you
Your
wouldn't
wife
know. I'm
is dead."
sorry. Your wife's dead."
It's so
Or
ridiculous.
literally any of the sad Michael Cera scenes where he's
Also,
like,
kind of talking about the most unhinged, yes, the music,
or when he
but the
starts
most
dating his
unhinged,
cousin.
exactly, the most unhinged plot line but it was so funny. Like, why did I
It's
watch this and I was okay with this? And then
it's
like
so
I was like,
stupid.
this man has a crush on his cousin, and I'm
Don't
like,
they like go out
what
on a
is
date
going
or
on?
something in one of the
I
episodes?
don't even know. I remember like they
It's
were gonna do
so
like a
dumb.
live. It was like a live portrait competition, and he wore a muscle suit, and he just wore it around because he didn't like. He wanted maybe to find him attractive.
It's any time that
Lord,
Job says, I have made of a severe mistake. I think Will Arnett might be my favorite part of that show.
yeah.
His
And when
gob.
I almost called her Leslie. No,
They start referring to him as gob. Is that joke?
it's so good. And like his scene with Amy Poehler, he was like, "I'm in love with your brother-in-law. You're in love with your own brother." And she goes, "No, I'm in love with your brother," or like whatever. He's like, "Michael? Michael." And she goes, "No, your brother-in-law. I'm in love with Tobias." He goes, "My brother-in-law?"
It's I till the day I die, I still think my favorite line is the banana stand line, where it's like, it's a banana, what could it cost? $10.
$10. My
It's the
favorite,
most
which I've also
outlandish
definitely, yeah, $10. I've
$6 for a
definitely said
chocolate
my
covered
favorite
banana.
was when Lucille is driving by who she doesn't know is Lindsay, dancing in like her protest thing, and she just screams out of her car window, "Whore!" Because like that's someone who could have used a good mother. And it's like, damn.
Just
Ugh.
I forgot about that. Four.
Whore! It's like it's your daughter.
Or the C or
Or anytime she tries
the
to
subplot
wink.
where the dad loses all the money and lives in the fucking attic for like
And his
it's
twin brother, who's
so
his twin brother, who's why can't I remember? Who's Buster's real dad?
Buster gets his hand eaten by a sh or like what was
By
it?
a
A seal?
seal.
A seal? He
And
has
then there's
the metal hand.
that doctor who keeps like coming out. He's like, it looks like he's dead, and they're all like, "Oh my God!" It's like, no, he's fine. He just looks like he's dead. Or then he said like, "Buster's gonna be all right," and they're like, "Oh, thank God." And he was like, "Wait, what do you mean by that?" And he was like, "Oh, 'cause he lost his left arm. He's gonna be all right." And like they're like screaming about, they're
Bad
like, "I
joke.
hate this
It
doctor."
shouldn't work.
No,
Anyway,
it's
football.
terrible. What? How long have we been
You
recording that we
guys like
haven't talked
15
about
minutes.
football at all?
If you guys couldn't tell, it was a bit of a slow week, all things
I mean, there
considered.
was like some exciting things.
Yes, but not the rankings, if
No,
I'm gonna be honest.
they haven't
They haven't
changed
changed
that all
much.
that much.
Yeah, top five
But
remains
there's
the
a group of
same.
five team.
A little shocked by Texas Tech only getting moved up 2 spots after drubbing BYU, but I guess the playoff committee doesn't really like rate BYU that highly. So
That's fair. I mean, they moved them down
also there's only
five.
3 undefeated teams left.
Crazy.
Also, Tennessee is somehow still ranked at 6-3. But yeah, I mean the main things, BYU down 5 feels fair enough, I guess. Louisville and Virginia both down 5. I would have moved
Virginia
UVA. I
down
honestly would have
more.
moved both of them down more.
Well, especially
Both they both
UVA.
didn't really lose to. I mean, Louisville lost to
The
fucking
UVA
Cal.
Cal game was freaking
No,
like,
UVA played Wake Forest.
or yeah, they did play Wake Forest. Jesus,
Was it
I'm like, because
UVA
they're
Wake
next to each
Forest
other.
Louisville Cal?
Yes, but
I
like
don't know. They
the
both lost in like the
UVA
exact
Wake
same
Forest
way.
game. The UVA Wake Forest game was just like sad. Like the plays, like all involved. It was such a low
I
scoring
swear.
game.
I think they did both lose in almost like literally the exact same way.
I mean, Cal looked, they like low key locked the fuck in against Louisville. Low
The
key.
ACC. We'll get away. We'll get there when
Low
we get there.
key.
And then yeah, USF and Cincinnati enter the rankings. Are bad, by the way, for not talking about the Tulane Memphis game like at all last week. Um,
Well, now the group of
I would
five,
make
at
an
least so
excuse.
far, is
I would
UCF.
I would make an excuse and say that we didn't talk about it because it wasn't they weren't ranked. but we probably still should have talked about it anyway. Um,
I
so
thought
our
we
bad.
mentioned
Won't
it.
happen again. It was an incredible game. We can use that. Well, yeah, we can use that as like a stepping stone because then we can use this to talk about like group of five stuff.
Yeah.
Really good game. Chaotic ending. Tulane really tried their best to blow the 20-point lead that they had. Um, but against all odds, Tulane somehow managed to grasp victory from the jaws of defeat. Um, and yeah, now Memphis has lost again, and I guess USF is the group of five team. But I think the committee is severely disrespecting North Texas and James Madison and Tulane, who are like all in this group of five battle. But like, if USF wins out, it's going to end up being USF. So, um, sorry, I'm still super congested.
I was gonna say we're both fighting off like congestion and like grossness.
This might be like the shortest turnaround of us recording like ever because we recorded Friday afternoon and now we're recording Tuesday night.
So much has
Sorry
happened.
again, by the way, for that being so late.
There's
Won't
extreme Wi-Fi issues and then
won't happen
scheduling
again,
issues.
hopefully. But yeah, I mean that was a really good game on Friday night. And it is interesting. I don't really. I mean, I say like I don't know who the group of five is going to go to. It's probably going to end up being USF. But like, I mean, I would like to see the committee give a little bit more respect to like Tulane, North Texas, James Madison, and like the teams that have like actually been flying under the radar. And I guess Navy doesn't really matter anymore because as it was last year, Notre Dame dropped a goddamn train on them. Um, because Notre Dame
Frankly,
hates the service academies on Veterans Day too.
wild. I mean,
Well,
it wasn't on
it was
Veterans
not
Day,
on
yeah,
Veterans Day. It's
but it
today's
is
Veterans Day.
now.
Um, thanks, veterans. Thumbs up.
Yes, thank you for your service.
Thanks
Shout out
for
to my grandfather and
shout
my
out to
uncle.
my great grandfather, who I think was a pilot in World War II, but I'm not entirely sure. Um, how the hell do you segue out of that? Um,
What a
let me give me a sec, give me a sec, give me a sec.
this is our moment of silence.
Army crawling our nay or wait, never mind. Because the next game's talking about is USC versus Northwestern. And when I think of the Army, I think of SoCal. I
For
think
sure.
people, when I think people who are in the Army, I think LA. No diss on LA people, but they are very stereotypically California. And I will not
Yeah,
elaborate on that. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And I
that's
don't
fair.
say that in a derogatory way. My uncle is incredibly California, and he's like one of my favorite people ever. But they
I went
don't.
to um I went to LA and then I saw a car catch on fire. It's wild.
I heard. Okay, so last night, I need your opinion on this take. I'm in the elevator going up to a conference for Indiana University Sports Business Conference because I do work with that. Um, and I overheard some guy saying, I think LA is like the best city in America. And I was like, come on, let's be real.
Okay.
It is not.
No. Okay, have
I've
you
never been to
seen
LA,
apparently
but
people are trying you're probably less online than I am, I would probably guess. But have
I think
you
we're
seen
equal
that
levels of online.
people are like trying to like pick like the four big cities in the US?
I have not seen that. That's a good
And
question.
so like so
I think
people the more like across the board people have said New York,
New York, LA,
Chicago, and LA.
Chicago,
And then they disagree on
Atlanta.
four. I would say Atlanta, but then I feel like
I
if you're
would
not
say we're
from
biased, but
because we're on the East Coast, and well, you're
well,
not right now,
what
but
else is there? DC,
I guess, but that's like
Philly?
I don't know, it's its own district. Someone like
Yeah, I guess DC is technically
you
a
want to talk
state.
about bias? I mean, because my thing is like people go to LA to visit, and they go to New York, and they go to Chicago to visit. Do that many people like come to visit Atlanta?
Yeah, I think Atlanta gets a decent amount of tourists.
Okay, maybe it's just because
Well,
like
you know what
I
Atlanta
don't
gets
tour
a lot
Atlanta.
of people
Festivals.
moving in.
Yeah.
Stop moving into our city.
Not moving
We
into
don't want you.
Decatur,
We don't want you, especially in Decatur. It's
especially in Decatur where the housing is like freaking crazy and the taxes you pay are insane.
our
If
house
you're
is
moving
like
into Decatur and you have like kids, I 100% understand because you pay the taxes for the schools. But like, it's
if you're
truly
moving into
crazy.
Decatur, okay, our house is like increased by like so much money since it got built. Because
Yeah.
I don't really know if this is like like what's the word out there red zone lore, but like my house got built direct like from the ground up. So I had to live in an apartment for the first year and a half I was in Atlanta. Um, and my house was not too expensive, but
Mhm.
for the area, still wasn't cheap for my parents. But
Yeah.
um, I think it's definitely gone up in price. A good thing,
Ours has.
a fun thing to
Well,
do
because
is
I
just
used to
check
live in
Zillow.
unincorporated Decatur when like we first like when I was younger.
Unincorporated to cab.
Yeah. Well, I lived in like 3003 whatever. And then like um we moved into Decatur when I was like in first grade, like at the end of first grade. So like but then like my house was like 100 years old. So
Our
like
house
it's
is old.
been there. Yeah, our house is
Yeah,
like and you can see like the add-on too. Like cuz like
it's
there's
very
like
apparent.
because like my brother's room and like the office and like the mudroom didn't exist and you can tell because you can literally see the window and the doorway and the siding of the old house when you walk
Mudroom's
in.
nice. Oh, the
Yeah,
office is nice. I've slept a night in the office before.
you have slept a night in the office. It's usually not because it's usually a mess, but we were like
It
we
was
have a
not.
guest,
It was not a sleepover. I was just
you know,
forced into that
because we were
because,
driving you to the airport.
well, also because my parents weren't in. Um,
Yeah,
where were they? They were in like the
where were
Bahamas.
you going?
I was going to. I was going to Maryland because it was right
Okay,
after the Disney trip in
right, right,
sophomore
right.
year.
We were going to
You were going to the Netherlands.
we were going to the Netherlands.
I was going to Maryland to go hang out with my
Because I remember
grandparents.
that conversation in the Uber where like they're like, "Oh, like where are you guys going?" And like we were like, "He's going to Maryland. We're
Yeah,
going
no, I
to the
think you guys were like,
Netherlands."
yeah, we're going to the Netherlands, and I was like, I'm going to Baltimore.
Like yeah, Amsterdam, Baltimore.
To be fair though, I think next time I go to Amsterdam, I'm gonna get like PTSD or something. So,
That's fair.
um, anyway,
Lord drop.
USC
That's where
beat
Nate broke his
Northwestern.
arm.
I think I said that when we
I
were.
don't. I can't remember. That's why I was like, for
I guess
context,
I can show it. Doesn't
you
show
can't
up
see
at
anything. It
all.
just looks like a glare.
Oh wait,
Gnarly
it does.
scar. Crazy. Put that away. No, I'm kidding.
USC beats Northwestern, 38 to 17. Good job, USC. Makai Lemon is very good at football. Hot take, but
Fair
I think he
enough.
actually doesn't really get talked about as much as he should. But
Wait, did you
he's
want to talk about your two games first, or just like keep going
oh
through?
right, yeah, okay. I
Because
forgot I
I
had
had
a
a
game to
bye
talk
week.
about.
We lost the bye
Um,
week 26-3. No.
okay, IU Penn State. Um, Omar Cooper is Jesus,
Oh my
and
God. That was the
Mendoza's
greatest
winning the
catch. One
Heisman.
of the greatest
It's the
catches I've
best catch of the whole
seen.
year,
It was
without a
beautiful.
doubt.
Freaking
That
life-saving for y'all.
and also it's gonna go under the radar because of the Omar Cooper catch, but CJ Becker or Charlie Becker, sorry, getting 7 receptions for 118, including the insane catch to put us on the 7 yard line in the first place, should 100% be like the focus of IU fans. Like, don't get me wrong. We did not play well this game. I'm not gonna come out here
I was gonna
and
say.
I can't come out here after weeks of trashing Georgia for doing pretty much the exact same thing we did in this game and not say that this was almost the exact same thing Georgia does every week. But the one thing I will say that Georgia does not have going for them, and what I will say for one of the reasons why I think this game was so iffy. All right, one cope thing, and then two or three like real life things. The
Okay.
cope Penn State's not as bad as everyone thinks they are. And I don't even think that's that much of a cope to say. We saw them play real tight against Ohio State in the first half last week. Played real tight against an Iowa team that we know is really good. Like, we can't just say that Iowa's nothing because they lost to Oregon this week.
Well, yeah,
They
but
played
I
that
will
I
say,
so since this new team, let me 1 second, let me finish.
okay,
Since this new like Penn State has happened with Grunkemeyer under center, played tight against Iowa in Kinnick, which is pretty hard. Played really tight against Ohio State in the first half, kind of fell apart in the second, and then almost beat us. And also, we were in Happy Valley, which is notorious tough place to play. That doesn't give them an excuse for playing as bad as they did, but also adding a little bit of context. We have not had a bye week since week like 4. Um, all of our players are injured. We have the 2 offensive linemen injured, a few defensive player injured. Surratt didn't play, which is like pretty big for us, given he's our main target on offense. So I'm not saying that that's an excuse. They did not play very well. Offense was sluggish for 75% of the game. Defense could not stop the run to save their life, which was the same thing that happened against them against Iowa. Um, it was pretty much almost like the same game as the Iowa game, except with a little bit more stress because the Iowa game was not as stressful. But yeah,
hold
I
on.
mean,
I'm about to like shout out my dad here for a second for an L take. I won't even lie
it's not a
because
shout out. It's a call out.
I'm calling out. That literally you would low key I defended y'all, but also just was more
That's
not
new.
even I didn't even defend y'all. I just was like stating a fact. And that I literally my dad said next week you need to ask Nate where Signetti will be coaching next year. And I just responded, he has a $93 million contract through
Did he not
2033.
see? Did he not see the contract extension we gave him?
I
Also,
know, that's what I literally I was like,
even
he has
before the
a
extension,
$93
Sig
million contract.
does he forget that last year IU extended Sig until 2029? Everything that we did this year was a contract
Well,
raise.
also, I'm not even like gonna lie at all. Like even if y'all had lost to Penn State, that would be bad because this like
Be
Penn
bad.
State was coming off of 5 straight losses before this game, but like that would be bad. You're still like that's one loss. You're not gonna
Yeah, it's
fire
not going to kick us out of the
Signetti
playoffs.
after that season. So
Oh, was
L
that what
take
he
from
was?
my father, huh?
Was that what he was implying? I
He
thought he
said
was implying
where
that Sig was going to
Signetti will
go.
be coaching
I thought he
next
was
year.
implying that Sig was just going to go to somewhere that was going to pay him more money, like Ole Miss, not Ole Miss, like
No,
LSU
I
or
think he was talking about
Florida.
like that.
That's the
Either way,
worst take
it's
I
an
have
L
ever
take.
heard.
So, so sorry to
Sorry,
my
Mr.
dad to
Davis,
call you
but
out
that is
like that,
bad.
but I
Yeah,
literally,
that's bad.
because
That's rough.
I got that text and I was like, what? And I was like,
Fuck.
there's literally no world that Kurt Cignetti's leaving soon from Indiana. Like, so sorry. Oh, and the Leafs are losing 3-5 right now. But like, Cignetti's not leaving anytime soon. Hello? It makes zero sense.
I guess yeah, I mean that's kind of all I said. I don't think they played very well. But good thing for us, we play Wisconsin and Purdue next, which is not the toughest of opponents. So, get the job done against them. Get ready for the Big Ten championship game. In reality, it's not going to matter what happens in that game. I think we get a first round bye regardless if we're undefeated going into that. Um, but get ready for the second round of the playoffs. Um, also, Heisman Mendoza supremacy and Omar Cooper is God. Um,
Did you not hear
also,
that Arch Manning dropped like 70 touchdowns on the bye week?
SEC
So
fans,
Arch Manning.
once again, stop being so stupid. I cannot fathom the amount of the idiotic takes I have seen on the internet, and I know the internet is not real. I know X,
Not
whatever the
real.
fuck we want to call it, Reddit, YouTube comments, all the stuff that I browse after the game because I like seeing what other people say,
Yik yak.
which is a mistake. Um, the amount of SEC fans calling us frauds because we struggled with one game. And you know who it is? It's the goddamn Alabama fans making me look bad. And I want to say to the Alabama fans, did we not just almost lose to a, sorry, Riley, dog shit South Carolina team on the
Hey,
road? Did we not almost
hey,
lose to one of the worst teams in the SEC? Like, we just did the exact same thing. We
pause.
cannot
Not
talk.
even one of the worst teams in the SEC. One of the
Maybe
teams
the
with one
worst
of
team in the
the
SEC.
worst ranked offenses in
So, anyway, we're
D1.
not frauds, whatever. Uh, God, I should not be upset by the internet, but
And speaking of Alabama,
yeah, once again, what happened to our offense? Coming off a bye week, like, okay, South Carolina game was not good, but thank because South Carolina themselves are not very good, we were able to get away with it. LSU is also not incredible, but they have a lot of talent and they have a new head coach, a new offensive coordinator. So I knew this game was going to be pretty annoying. And like to be fair, LSU was never really in this game. I think if you watched it, the scoreline does not really do the game justice. Like LSU never really was in it. Um, but boy, they need to figure something out with the offense and quick because Oklahoma's this week, which is tough. Um, even if I do think Oklahoma's way overranked. Um, yeah, just weirdly ineffective on the offense. The run game is still like non-existent. Um, like our best running back is like Gurmy Bernard, who's a wide receiver. Um, so I don't know. I mean, I thought Ty played fine to good. Once again, is if long as Alabama just does everything like a 2 minute drill, they'll be fine. They've scored in like I think the stat was okay, Riley, don't do anything stupid here. The stat was like 6 of the last 7 games, Alabama has scored inside the last 2 minutes of the first
okay.
half.
Is that how low
So,
you think of me? That you think that I would do make a 6-7 joke?
gotta protect all my bases.
Okay. Just
Um,
checking.
but yeah, I mean, I don't know. This game was never really in doubt. Our defense was really good. I mean, typical Kane Womack, bend but don't break. It's kind of frustrating to watch, but it works for some reason. Um, only 2 penalties was pretty nice. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. This wasn't a very like compelling. Like, this didn't inspire too much confidence in me. I mean, I love beating LSU, but we have to be real with ourselves that this was not an incredible performance from this team. And if they don't get the offense sorted out quickly, they are going to lose in the SEC championship game. They could potentially even lose this weekend against Oklahoma, even though I don't think that's going to happen. Um,
For another year in
and I mean,
a
hey, Auburn looked really good without Hugh Freeze against Vanderbilt, so that's going to be annoying. So
Yeah.
yeah, they need to fix a lot of stuff. Other than that, I thought it was fine. Good defensive performance. Yeah. And then yeah, moving on. Ohio State beat Purdue 34-10. Who cares? Texas A&M beats Missouri 38-17. I guess we can't really who cares this because it's a double ranked matchup, but this was
Double
kind of the
ranked
most.
matchup that makes me so afraid for this upcoming week
Once
because
again, as I told you before we started recording, there's no point to being afraid of football anymore because
no, but it's just
you
like
guys aren't making a bowl game. So
no,
as long
not
as
at
you beat
all.
Clemson,
I mean, the only thing I can say for this next week is like I guess we're gonna see how I forgot his last name, but the other Mike is gonna do on offensive coordinating duties. But it's more of
um,
afraid of how badly it'll be.
I just want to say with this, like this is the most we pretty much predicted this almost exactly. Like Missouri's quarterback's out for the season, so this was kind of just one-way traffic for A&M. Yeah, they remain undefeated, top of the SEC. Um, yeah, good stuff. And then in the take that aged horrendously poor, on my end, Georgia beats Mississippi State 41-21. I guess in my defense, I did kind of call this. I said the moment that I predicted Georgia to lose, that they were probably going to end up coming out and look really good.
I
And
thought
yeah, like
about
they
that
weren't
as
very
soon
good
as
in
I
the
was
first quarter.
previewing. As soon as I was
They weren't.
previewing, I was like, poor Nate.
Um, but yeah, I mean, this is why this Georgia team is so frustrating to me because like this is a good performance, but they don't do it all the time. So it's just kind of like, what's the point now of like I bet good money that there's a chance we don't see this Georgia team this week against Texas. Like it'll be a gritty, annoying football game where Georgia doesn't play very well, but probably ends up winning because black magic.
But the
And
harsh
like
Manning.
and
Where's
like I don't know. It just please be consistent, Georgia. I'm not even a Georgia fan. Like I hate Georgia, but even I'm getting annoyed at how inconsistent this team is because I have to cover them every week and
Manning?
have to
Because
be
we've been
like,
talking about it. We're like,
we have to
oh
talk about them
Lord.
every week and be like, oh wow, Georgia played so well. I wonder what happens next week. And then they look like shit. And we're like, oh, they look like shit. What's gonna happen next week? They play really well. It's like pick a lane. And in the most useless game of the week, Ole Miss beats the Citadel 49 nothing. Riley,
Who cares?
thank you. Texas Tech defeats BYU 29 to 7. In the scoreline is not even as close as the game. This was domination on all fronts from a Texas Tech team who has been looking to legitimize themselves ever since pretty much the entire year. They definitely fall into a last year Indiana kind of thing where like their schedule's not too bad, so no one really like gives them a lot of credit. And obviously they had that loss to Arizona
Mhm.
State, which was really bad. Um, but this was definitely the performance they needed.
I mean,
I
they're still 9-1.
refuse. Yeah, I refuse to say that this puts them in the driver's seat for the Big Ten. I mean the Big 12 because it's the Big 12. So like, you know,
Mhm.
spinner wheel is probably going to have the same chance of picking the winner as a normal fan wills is. Also the same with the ACC. But as long as everything doesn't go wrong, we will probably see a rematch of this game in the Big 12 championship. It'll be interesting to see if BYU looks as bad as they did
Yay.
in this one. Um, Oregon beats Iowa 18 to 16 on a walk-off field goal in a very, might I say, aesthetically pleasing football game. Oregon wearing their like green helmet, green pants, white jersey look, and Iowa all blacked their uniforms. Um, but
Wonky
Oregon,
little punt, like snap safety, like on
that
Iowa's
was
part.
funny.
Because they lost 39 yards
It
for a
was 2
safety.
nothing for a majority of this game,
I
which
know.
is
It's
pretty
low-key a little
cool.
close for comfort if I was an Oregon fan.
Nah, I'm not upset with this if I'm an Oregon fan. I mean, once again, I would say this. I'm upset with how the offense played because this is another week where Oregon's offense has looked kind of iffy. But I think getting out of a game at Kinnick against a ranked Iowa team in the pouring rain, knowing the style of football Iowa plays, is like that's a win every day of the week. Like Big Ten fans can
Fair.
agree with me on that one. Um, I mean, that doesn't mean you're out of the clear, Oregon. As I said, offense once again kind of useless. Needed a last second field goal to walk it off. Um, and yeah, I'm a little worried about this Oregon team come playoffs, but they have a bit to tighten up. If they continue to play like this, then I will have more of an issue with it. You got anything to add?
No, I was just like the safety was, I don't know. It was interesting. Especially because didn't Iowa also get a penalty in that same play?
I don't remember.
Yeah, just wonky stuff. Wonky football.
Wonky stuff.
There's always something wonky when there's a safety.
And for the second year in a row, and I think for the second week in a row, because I didn't Notre Dame play Army last week. Notre
Uh,
Dame absolutely bitch slaps. Um, they did not play Army last week. They played Boston
they
College.
haven't played Army at
Navy,
all.
yeah, Notre Dame bitch slaps Navy 49 to 10, second year in a row. Insert patriotism bit from last year. It is actually, as of recording this, I mean, we did say it was Veterans Day. So,
And there's a
shame
weird
on
moment
you,
of
Notre Dame.
silence.
Shame on you. Um, but don't look now. Notre Dame's starting to piece together some pretty decent performances. Um, so yeah. And now they're like in the top 10. They're like ninth or eighth or something. Um, so yeah. And let's do the double feature now of the double feature of we'll call it we'll make
A
the title of this
back-to-back
movie
upset.
The ACC Refuses to Be Good.
I was gonna say the
ACC
cannibalizing ACC.
the ACC is the worst conference in all of football. I am willing to die on that hill. It is the dumbest, stupidest conference. They can't keep getting out of its own. It's the spiritual Pac-12, but the teams aren't as fun to watch. When you had Pac-12 after dark, that was awesome. You know what you had to deal with here? Fucking slog fest between Wake Forest and UVA, which was just bad football all around.
No,
And
because I was looking at like the plays for this whole game and I was like, Jesus, that's just
and like
painful.
and I guess the football standard was a little bit better in Cal Louisville, but like it was only a little bit better. Um just okay. The first finally define okay, so Georgia Tech loses, Miami's on the brink. The ACC is actually open for someone else to take it. And then you know what they do the moment they get recognition and they're ranked high in the rankings?
Georgia Tech loses to
Piss
NC
it,
State.
piss it away. Yeah, Tech loses to NC State the moment that Tech starts getting real recognition. Both of these teams lose this week. We need to nuke the ACC. It is a useless conference. It doesn't add anything to college football. And at least when the Big 12 cannibalizes itself, it's fun. When the ACC cannibalizes itself, it's boring slop football. It's like the AFC South, except the Colts don't exist. So it's just the Texans, Jags, and Titans in a dick measuring contest to see who could be the worst team in that division.
In a Texans jersey.
I'm not a Texans fan. Um, but that rant aside, I feel like we're covering both these games at the same time because
It's a double
like even though the
feature.
scores were different, low key the same thing happened in both of them. Um, but yeah, I don't really know how UVA let Wake Forest kind of dominate them the entire game. Um,
Well, because I was like, what the fuck? Like, I
and
don't
like
know.
at least Cal is like, I mean, Cal's a little bit better than Wake Forest. I mean, a little bit better than Wake Forest, I will say. They don't really have that many good wins on their schedule either, and also it's Cal. Like, let's be real with ourselves. Yeah, just a hilarious way for the ACC to lose all momentum that they had, and now Miami is currently the highest ranked ACC team as the 11
Damn.
seed, which is hilarious. Um, And you know what? Let's make it a triple feature. I know that the next game in the order is technically Auburn Vandy, but let's just get Miami over and done with. They beat
Okay.
Syracuse pretty easily, but you're frauds, and I know it. I know it, Miami. You
Like
guys
I'm
are
waiting.
frauds. Like this game was tied at 0 until like 3 minutes left in the second quarter. This is the second
Carson Beck will
week in a
cry.
row. I guess second time in 3 weeks. Well, really, no, yeah, third week in a row because they didn't play very well against SMU when they lost that game. Where Miami has come out looking really rough in the first half. Because remember, they were tied with Stanford. Didn't look good against SMU. Didn't look good here. I know they were winning 14-0 going into the second quarter, but that was more on Syracuse messing up than it was on Miami actually doing good things. Um, anyway, whatever. Vandy beats Auburn 45-38 in overtime. This game totally doesn't scare me knowing that Alabama has to go to Jordan Hare. And Auburn's offense looked significantly better when Hugh Freeze was gone. What a surprise. Um,
Um,
once again, Fork Kitchen. Fork Kitchen, sun, sky, water, ocean. Auburn looks good without Hugh Freeze. Fork
I
founded
mean,
kitchen.
also since I believe it was since Pavia said that he should get the Heisman Trophy, they've kind of struggled since that, and I think
Yeah.
it's funny.
I mean,
I mean,
he himself,
he's
he
still
probably had
like
his best game
freaking.
of the year
I
this
know.
game.
I was like, his game was perfect, but then like Vandy has struggled since he was like, give me the Heisman.
Yeah.
I just think
Okay.
it's
And
funny.
Auburn finally realizing that playing glorified running back Jackson Arnold is not a good way of scoring points and winning football games. And then the moment that they put a actually decent quarterback in, they play well is hilarious. Um, I mean, yeah, whatever. Vandy is Still frauds. They should not have been a game. And yeah, I know people are like, Nate, you said that you can't call IU frauds when they almost lost to Penn State on the road, you fucking hypocrite. Uh, Suck my balls. This is a different case. To quote Kevin Magnuson, kiss my suck. Is that what he says? Suck my balls, honey. Is that what he told Nico Hulkenberg that one time?
My God, I forgot about K-Mag.
I miss him so much. Races are not as entertaining without him torpedoing everyone 24/7.
I know, but he was
Um,
like, one of us can make it through.
yeah, if gap car.
Hold on.
But
It was to
anyway,
Hulkenberg?
yeah, he said "suck my balls,
Hold on.
honey" in
I'm
2017.
trying to find it.
It is, it is. I know I'm
Suck.
right.
It literally says, famously marked by the 2017 Suck My Balls incident.
It was in Hungary, I remember.
And then they became
Don't
teammates.
actually do that, by the way. That was a joke. Vandy's also probably not frauds. They're pretty decent, but this was a little concerning if I was a Vandy fan. I mean, they win, but whatever. And then finally to end it off, Wisconsin beats Washington 13-10 with their leading passer being their punter and their quarterback throwing for 8 yards. Do I need to say
That's
anything else?
so sad on Washington's part.
This is Big Ten West football.
He freaking
I
24
cannot
yards.
believe Washington lost this football game
That's literally like, I'm so sorry. How? How do you do that?
to Wisconsin,
How?
known worst Power Four team, Wisconsin. Anyway, what it's hilarious. And yeah, that ends week 11. Week 12's low-key a corker, if I'm being honest. Clemson, Louisville Friday night, and which could be fine. And then Minnesota, Oregon, which will probably be a little bit more fun than people give it credit for, because Minnesota's not too bad this year. Wisconsin at Indiana. I'm not really too worried about this, despite Wisconsin winning last week. I think we're probably going to drop a train on them. Oklahoma at Alabama. Revenge for last year. I do think Bama rights. I say rights the ship like we've lost a game recently, but hopefully the offense finds itself a little bit more. The fact that this game's in Bryant Denny is nice. And yeah, I don't think this is going to be too much of an issue, and then they'll probably
Iowa,
end up losing.
USC.
South Carolina A&M. Final thoughts.
Buckle up.
All right, that's incredibly what's the word? That fills me with hope. Notre Dame
What's
at
the
Pitt
what's the line for this game?
for the A&M game. A&M's
Yeah,
favored by 18 and a half.
let's go.
Um, yeah, Notre Dame Pitt probably be pretty fun. Um, yeah, I mean, I think Notre Dame will probably end up winning this, but this is a big game for Pitt. Well, okay, it's a big game for Pitt. Pat Narduzzi wouldn't make you think that because in his press conference this week, he was like, "Yeah, this is like one of our least important games of the year because
Oh, also,
this technically isn't a conference game, so this doesn't impact Pitt if they lose. They're still in the run for the ACC championship."
another baller Signetti interview moment happened this weekend when they were like,
Oh,
Indiana's
yeah,
never
when they were
won.
interviewing him.
Yeah, he
He's
was
like,
like,
well, this
this team's
Indiana
never
team's never
played.
played.
Yeah, I was like,
Thank
okay.
God we won. So that quote
I
aged
know,
well.
or else that would have aged horribly.
Yeah, that would have sucked. Michigan at Northwestern. I guess at Northwestern, they're playing this game in Wrigley instead of the normal place they play games. So have fun
The
trying to play
baseball
football in a
field?
baseball stadium.
Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna suck. I do put Michigan on upset alert because Northwestern's been a little feisty this year, and also I really just don't think Michigan's as good as everyone thinks they are, and also Justice Haynes is injured, so we'll see what happens there. South USF plays at Navy. I don't really think this will end up being too much of an issue for USF, given Navy's looked pretty bad recently. Arizona at Cincinnati could be fun. This is prime Big 12 cannibalism. Watch. Just get ready. UCF at Texas Tech. I don't need to say every game. Iowa at USC. will probably be pretty fun. Um, yeah, I guess that'll be a fun game. I don't know how well Iowa's gonna play. But this will be a pretty big win for USC if they could get it, and they do keep themselves alive in the Big Ten race, assuming that if Ohio State or Indiana biffs one of their final games. And then that's kind of it. Oh, Texas at Georgia, right? Yes. Do we do it for a third time in a row, Riley?
I'm not. There's no we in
I'm not.
this.
I'm not. Yeah,
That was just
UGA.
you.
No, I'm saying because both times last year we picked Texas.
That's true. Didn't they
It
play
won't
three
happen
times last
again.
year?
No, they played twice last year. It won't
Yeah.
happen again, by the way. I do think UGA, no matter which UGA comes out, I think UGA still, regardless, wins this game. Even with Texas looking a lot better recently.
I'm not gonna lie, I would be kind of really surprised if Texas won. Like they are on the come up again, but like I'd still
If
be
Texas
surprised.
wins, that throws quite the monkey wrench into the playoffs.
Yeah, it does. Cause what the hell?
But yeah,
Archies Manning is real.
that's it for games. And at the risk of both of us not capitulating from talking for this long while both of us are congested, that will also wrap up the Red Zone podcast. Make sure to go watch Arrested Development so you get the references that the
So
two of
good.
us make.
And then I'm
Make sure you
so
check us
sorry for the
out.
Netflix seasons.
Don't watch Netflix seasons. Just
They're
don't watch
bad.
them. No, just don't watch them. They're not like, they don't add anything to the show. They don't do anything. Don't watch them. They're not pointless. I haven't watched them. I watched 5 episodes of the first Netflix season, and I didn't watch any of it. And I think Arrested Development is a much better show
Is
because
the
of it.
Netflix season when Michael and George Michael are dating the same woman?
I don't know. I haven't watched the
Okay.
Netflix seasons. But yeah, go check us out on socials, TikTok, Instagram, um, YouTube, Spotify, do all that. Make sure to keep in touch. We'll be back next week and then potentially in person in 2 weeks.
For Thanksgiving break.
Probably will be, yeah, because we'll both be back at that point.
Yeah,
So yeah,
should be.
you'll get an in person Red Zone podcast. Potentially could get my dad in on that. We've been trying to get
That'd be
him
a
in as a
crowded
guest.
little room.
We could
For
record
those of
final
you who
stuff. We
don't
can find somewhere
remember,
else to record.
because I was gonna say for those of like you who don't either remember or like haven't seen an in-person episode, is when we record in person, I sit on a little like ottoman
That's Red
footstool,
Zone lore. I don't
like
really know if we have any people who are watching during season
I
one
don't
that still
sit
watch
on a
now.
like a chair. It's an ottoman.
Do we have any? I mean, I guess that's like we don't really ever say names of people who watch the podcast, but like I can't think of anyone on the top of my head that watched in season one that still watches now, other than like our parents and stuff like that. And
Yeah, it's like
my parents don't even. I don't even think he was watching during season one. I'm sure he'll text us if we're
I mean
wrong, but
we weren't really video season one.
we didn't do video until midway through season two.
Yeah. Well, because we just had to
But
do it over Zoom, and then we were like, we could put this on YouTube.
yeah, but that was that's everything I got. Riley, you got anything to add?
Let me think of a quote, actually. Hold on. Let's see if I can think of one. Oh my Lord. Do we have a quote from one of those? Hold on. Let me like think of a really good Arrested Development quote so that we can
The
end it
banana.
out
What could
that
it
way.
cost? $10?
$10. I mean, there's gotta be one that we haven't said.
We're a very professional podcast, by the way, guys.
Oh, in the words of Lucille Bluth, I don't understand the question and I'm not going to respond to it.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I forgot about
Um,
that one. A hidden gem.
and speaking of Jeopardy, R.I.P. Alex Trebek.
It's been a while now, Nate.
just in general.
It's been a couple of
Really,
years.
really missing his presence today.
Were you an avid Jeopardy watcher?
I actually was.
Okay. I was gonna be like, it's been a hot second since Alex Trebek has passed. When did he passed? Yeah, it's been 5 years. Actually, that's insane. Wait, what is the date? Just
November
November 8th. It was
11th.
5 years.
Wow.
So recent.
Well,
You
we
been feeling
will
that?
talk to you guys next week.
We'll see how it goes.
Um, yeah, we'll see if we're alive. Because, midterms, I guess finals prep probably for all of us now.
Yeah. A lot of my
Yeah.
classes don't have like class after we come back from Thanksgiving.
Oh, that must be so nice.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, as always, once again, plug socials, go follow us there. Stay tuned for next week, and we will catch you later. Roll Tide.
Bye.